Do you want to improve your hiring? You can, and create an aligned and engaged workforce by implementing these 5 easy steps. First, clearly define the role that you're recruiting for. Understand why it exists, what the outcomes are, and how performance will be measured. Second, open and populate a rich, curated talent pipeline. Use at least 3 or more resources to generate candidates. Steer away from the post and pray methodology. Be innovative and creative. Do your outreach. Begin with writing a provocative, enticing job announcement that speaks to who the right person is and calls that person in. Adopt and deploy a conscious hiring approach that helps you get to know who your candidate really is, what's important to them, and what they bring to the table, and why the role is or isn't a fit. It's not just about bringing in a lot of people, it's about bringing in enough qualified candidates and filtering the best to the top. Third, hire the most dialed-in, aligned employees using conscious hiring. Conscious hiring allows you to evaluate the 4 hiring quotients: intellectual, character, emotional, and relationship. It gives you access to learn about your candidate's core values and competencies. Fourth, when it's time to make an offer, make sure it's a mutual win-win so the needs of both parties are met. It's not just about putting a butt in a seat and filling an open rec. It's really about the hiring manager and the employee both being in alignment. If you want success in the role for the company and the employee, both people need to consciously choose for all the right reasons. Fifth, integrate a holistic onboarding approach that's focused on more than just the job at hand. Certainly, there's a discussion about what needs to get done and how it needs to be done, as well as a thorough introduction of the new hire to the team and to the company. But let's face it, traditional onboarding is insufficient for this new generation of worker, specifically the eco-boom millennials. However, the reality is all people in every generation want and need more from their employment situation. Onboarding is really about making sure people integrate to the organization, that the employees understand what your company's about, why it exists, and what makes you unique, as well as what their purpose is, why they were hired, and how you'll leverage their strengths and attributes. It's an opportunity to establish what successful performance is and how you're going to coach and develop them. People want to know that working for you will give them a bright future, whether or not they decide to stay with your company for years, or it's just a step in the path forward. Ultimately, if you want it to be more than a step in their path, it's up to you as an agent of the company to ensure that your managers and leaders are focused on creating empowering and engaging work environments where people are compelled and inspired to stay. It's important that we hire and onboard our workforce wisely. People are more than a resume. As stewards of our organizations, we need to choose and onboard people holistically. It's important that we know what's in a person's heart and head, what they want, and what they'll really need to make sure they're in the right role for them. People need to know how their role makes a difference to the organization and how they can make the difference that you need. To master the 5 ways to improve your hiring, register for the Conscious Hiring webinar today.